Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Rakakadash, and I want to say Shalom, Chak Ma'akwat out there, pursuing this truth diligently, coming at you once again with another lesson. This one's titled, Jake is all the way bugged out. Alright? Jake is all the way bugged out. And the title's inspired by a phrase I believe I've heard Elder Menat Zatba, a beloved brother of Great Millstone, down there, of course, in South Carolina. Elder Menat Zatba, from his actual page is GMS South Carolina 08. And he say, you'll hear him say sometimes, Jake's all the way bugged out. You all the way bugged out. I believe it was him that I've heard say it from time to time. And it's coming from Reddit. Another post from Reddit that I saw, and it's just, man, I don't even know how to explain it. Actually, I had to go and do some research because the person, remind me of a video a lesson that I made several years ago, and I had to go see if it was the same people. And I don't know, maybe they look familiar, but they do the same type of shit. So, it says, Keura Taylor, a woman reported missing in Texas, has reappeared in the Scottish woodlands, not lost, but living as Lady Safi in the self-proclaimed Kingdom of Kubala. Okay, and you're all the way bugged out, Jake. And the people that I did a lesson on a while ago, they were bugged out as well. So it might be the same people, or a same small group of people. Again, I'm not sure. I'll look into it. We'll do the research as we go, because it's I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. It looks familiar. They look familiar. They look similar, but when you're dressing up like in the same style and you're doing the same type of painting, and you're already pretty simple looking as it is, you just can't tell. And then, you're making a mockery of yourselves. Really, everybody's laughing at you, man, and pointing and laughing. And I mean, I'll read what people are saying about you. It's just, not that what people say really matters, but good Lord, Jake, if you are even Jake, you might just be Hamites. So, I'm gonna go ahead and play this, and I'll let you brothers and sisters look at this bugged out mess. But here you go. So I guess she went missing, but they found her, right? So here you go.
And I also play as a surrogate for the queen. I'm also the bondwoman of the king, which means I do not have the formal title of a wife, but he is my husband, and we are a tribe.
The Kingdom of Kubala has been on a pilgrimage to our lost heritage, following the roots of our ancestors back to the land where Jacob, our forefather, laid his stone, the stone of scorn, and he blessed it with oil.
Let's hear it.
Laid his stone, the stone of scorn.
A stone of scone. What the fuck are you talking about?
And he blessed it with oil. After he poured the oil, he said, one day, the Messiah, his son,
The Shiloh.
the Shiloh, shall return to Scotland, and he shall build back the lost heritage, the lost kingdom, the last kingdom of Scotland.
So notice how he talks like an African, and then he says Scotland. Scotland. Alright, just a random, English. Man, I could do a better African accent than that. Fuck. God damn, man, you all the way bugged out. Now, this is the guy that originally made me have to do a little bit of research, because I'm pretty sure this is the same motherfucker, man. I don't know. I did a lesson, and you can see the facial markings are very similar. And I don't know if this is like a movement, but this might be the same people. Let me go and look at the woman again. Not her. Let me go and see. Not really. She look. No, she looks. Her jaw is different. She looks quite substantially different. But is that the Hebrew? Let me see on her forehead. Come on, get out of here, man.
woman of the king,
Fuck off, man. Get out of here. I get it. I can press escape. I get it. I understand. Fuck. Get out of here. I get it. I know what to do.
which means
I know how to do it.
I'm also
Can I
the
see her
bondwoman,
forehead? God damn, this fucking
and I
video.
also play as a surrogate for the queen. I'm also the bondwoman of the king,
Yes, I get it. I don't need to see that.
and I also play as a surrogate for the queen. I'm
There we go. Fucking hell.
also the bondwoman.
No, doesn't look like quite the same marking. This is the Hebrew marking. They don't quite have the mark. Let me look at the stick. Yeah, the stick's different too. This guy at least did something with his stick. This guy, he just got a stick from out in the yard. This guy put a bell on it. You know, this guy just got a stick from the backyard. He found it. But they were on that same weird, like, bugged out mess too. And you know, and that's why, you know,
You're really confusing the people.
let me see if I can
Damn.
find it. See if I can play the video.
Gandalf over here. You shall not pass.
Hey, it looks like fucking Gandalf. Like I said, you shall not pass. Slamming his staff down. Ridiculous. Where are we at here? I want to try to find the video. Let me see. Here we are.
But then you're calling on the wrong. What do you believe, man? And then you also said, oh, the black Hebrew Israelites. Well, you were demonizing them. So, are you a Hebrew Israelite or are you not? I don't know what you're talking about. You might just be Ham. All right, that guy in the back. You can't always go off of skin color, but he looking awfully Hamitic. Okay.
People or brown people like us
Said nose.
can be
I can't-
confusing the people.
And you can't tell, you can't necessarily tell because he's got that makeup on, but he got very Hamitic features. Alright?
Of the God
The
of
cheeks.
Israel,
The
with
cheeks,
black
you can see it.
people Or brown people like us.
There he is with that
And
fucking
we are now awakening.
stomping the staff. He keeps doing it too.
But what is
There's one
happening
time he
is that there's
grunts.
so many false teachers out there.
Like you're one of them.
Teachers like Bishop Nathaniel who are
Teachers like Bishop Nathaniel. What are you? Are you African, Indian? What even are you? And this is from one of her photos. And you can see her doing all this wacky shit. Right? You know, and you see this lady looks like the same lady. And she has the exact same markings, pretty much. Right? Let me see.
But he is my husband.
It's hard to tell, man. She looks a little bit different. She looks a little bit different. But I'm trying to see. It's the markings that doing it for me, because, like, I don't know if this is a traditional, like, tribal marking or what, but, like, and that looks like the same motherfucker. Yeah, oh, that, no, well, that is the same. That's the same guy.
1, 2, 3. Ooh, oh my! Good luck!
Kubala. Yeah, whoa, this is the same lady. Kubla. Kingdom of Kubala. Yeah, so these are the same people. Alright? These are the same people. Yeah, Kubala Kingdom. Okay. So these are the same people. I thought she looked different. But, yeah, so these are the same people. Okay? We did our research. They are the same people. So I made a lesson on these guys. Is this the same one? No, this is a different one. I made the one on... Where the hell did it go? This was,
Nathaniel.
2 years ago. Okay, before any of this was ever even heard of, right? This popped up on my, homepage. And yeah, so these are the same people. They're the same fucking people. Okay, so let's get rid of this. And I wanted to show you this too. You know, I wanted to show you this because a lot of these people end up falling out, and like that lady isn't even making videos anymore, barely. And this lady that I was talking about here, this something, what's her name? She was making videos with her husband. I just checked on her page to see if it was her that was doing it. No, Sean and Camille Hedrick. Her page was called Camille Hedrick, and she don't even make videos anymore. Last one was like 3 months ago, and before that she was making videos all the time. But yeah, so these are the same people. Okay, these are the same people, which is makes me feel good. Call all you Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, because hey man, I called that out way long ago through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. It's just, you know, edifying for me, and I'm not bragging or anything, but it's just edifying, you know, to see that you know. So that is the same lady, and it's just, you know, these people are all the way bugged out, man. You know, just bugged out, you know, just, you know, like I said, 2 years ago, what kind of bugged out mess is this? And they're the same people doing this, you know. And let's grab a scripture right off the bat. We gotta get Romans 1:22, because these guys think they know everything, right? They think they know a lot, and they don't. Okay, they don't. Let's go from 21. It says, because that, this is Romans 1:21. It says, because that when they knew Yahweh, they glorified him not as Yahweh. Okay? Neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. So, you know, a lot of you know, your heart's been darkened. You're all fucked up. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. Okay? They became fools. It says, and changed the glory of the uncorruptible Yahweh into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. And so, yeah, these are the guys. They mention, you know, Bishop Nathaniel and the Hebrew Israelites. They've talked about the Hebrew Israelites, so they know of it. It's instead they decide to do
And
this
we
shit,
are a tribe.
you know. And I knew that was the same motherfucker when I saw him there with a stick. All right, I was like, that's got to be the same guy. It is the same motherfucker. I knew it when he was stomping his foot. Bugged out, man. Bugged out. They don't know anything. Okay, they don't know anything. You know, I guess they got a new page. It's probably where they're putting all their stuff now. I guess not. You know, they're doing all sorts of weird shit. All right, they're doing all sorts of weird, just, you know, and they might just be Hamites, honestly.
Fire is coming. Eat fire. Kubala, Kubala.
Dear leader of the Kingdom of Kubala, will you declare war on the nation of Scotland after the attacks? There's only 3 of them. There's only 3 of them. It says the fall of Edom. Fire is coming. Who's the Edom to you? Is it still a so-called white man? Who is it? I don't even know who you think it is at this point, because I don't even know. This is some African. How can you be Hebrew Israelites or Israelites? You're not Hebrew Israelites, but you write the Hebrew on your head, but you think maybe you're Israelites, but you do African stuff. I don't. Do you believe like do you believe like the Africans, like the Hamites, are the real Israelites? I don't even know, man. I don't even know what these guys are. And they got this talking about, you know, false prophets, Bishop Nathaniel. Bishop Nathaniel's a false prophet, but he's way more of a prophet than you'll ever be. All right, I'll at least give him that. He at least touches on some stuff that's accurate. All right, he's a false prophet, but you know, he's more of a prophet than you'll ever be. All right, and that's not saying much. All right. But at least he teaches on some real stuff. He goes off a lot, all right? But a broken clock is right once or twice a day, depending on if you're using a 12 or 24-hour clock. flawed saying, so I correct it. But, you know, these guys are they're gone, man. These guys are really, really gone. And, man, they're bugged out. They're just bugged out to the extreme, man. And, now they're doing shit like this. There's a woman missing. Apparently, she just, randomly popped up in a Scottish wild woodlands. Oh, my God. It's just, it's crazy. It says that guy's accent and general persona look and sound so fake. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And he said something he said here. What did he say? Let's listen.
Made stone, a stone of scorn,
Yeah.
and he blessed it with oil. After he poured the oil, he said, one day, the Messiah, his son,
The Shiloh.
Athena, the Shiloh, shall return to Scotland.
And also, by the way, if he was preaching, really, you should not be interrupting him as a woman. You should be shutting the hell up. All right.
Shall return to Scotland, and he shall build back the lost heritage, the lost kingdom, the last kingdom of Scotland.
And you're just taking out these bug outs, these people that are obviously mentally sick and unwell, and you're just doing this type of shit. All right, let's see where let's go and read that scripture where Jacob said to go to Scotland. Always love that one, right? Remember that one, everybody? Remember that one where Jacob said to go to Scotland? Do you guys remember that one? I know I do. And I'm being facetious, mocking. All right, by the way. It says Genesis 28:11, and let me go from let's go from 10. Genesis 28:10, and Jacob went out from Beersheba and went towards Haran, and he lighted upon a certain place and tarried there all night. Tarry means to wait, all right? So, and tarried there all night because the sun was set. And he took the stones of that place and put them for his pillows and lay down in that place to sleep. And he dreamed, and behold, a ladder set up on the earth, and the top of it reached to heaven, and behold, the angels of Yahweh ascending and descending on it. And it says, and behold, and behold, the Lord stood above it, and said, I am the Lord Yahweh of Abraham thy father, and the power of Isaac. The land wherein thou liest, to thee will I give it, and to thy seed. And thy seed shall be as the dust of the earth, and thou shalt spread abroad to the west, and to the east, and to the north, and to the south. And in thee and thy seed shall all the families of the earth be blessed. Well, let me double check. Oh. Where's Scotland? That's how you spell Scotland, isn't it? Oh no, I spelled Scotland wrong. Let me double check. 1 minute. My bad. Huh. No Scotland in the Bible. Well, what about the part where Jacob said to go to Scotland? Where's that at? It's got to be there, right? The guy said it. They said it's got to be Jacob said to go to Scotland, right? This guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, right? Here, I got a script. Again, going back to Romans 1:22, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools. These are the type of guys, they think they know everything. I don't even know where the fuck they're getting this from. Okay? I don't know where they fucking pulled this from their ass. All right, some bug out book. I don't know where it is, but they're crazed. And here's a scripture for you. Because Scotland's not in the Bible. All right? At least not word by word like that, right? And Jacob never said to go to a place called Scotland. Jacob never said really to go anywhere in that scripture. It was the Lord that was saying that that land would be his and his descendants. You know? So, I don't know what you're talking about. You sound awfully confused, and you are. Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. There's no light, all right? Their wick is not lit, all right? They have a lantern, but no oil. Someone's home, but the lights are not on, okay? So that's what's going on. And you're a false prophet, all right? And I don't even know what you'd call these women because they're not prophetess and they're not prophets, okay? Because that's reserved for men. And they're not prophetess because they haven't seen a vision of anything that's real, all right? And, you know, you got this mentally sick, you know, Texas woman that's just... I don't even know how she got over to Scotland, all right, to begin with, because don't you have to have a fucking passport? Can't they scan in her name and say, oh yeah, she got on a plane? You know, Esau's technology is not as good as they really make it out to be. Okay, they say they can track you and do all that shit, and they can to an extent, but not to the level that they want to, all right? They can't really track you for shit right now. I mean, they can to an extent if you have your phone or certain things like that. But even if you have that, it can be very hard to track you, all right? Because, and that's why they want, another reason why they want to implement the Mark of the Beast system, because it's going to make it so much easier to track where you are. Because right now, you know, they have that propaganda saying, oh, we can track you wherever you are. Yeah. If you have your phone, yes, and they really wanted to track in on you specifically, and we're watching you specifically, yes. But if they didn't know who you were, it'd be kind of hard to get a hold of you, right? So, but once you have that chip, you know, that they want you to get, that's the Mark of the Beast, that if you take it, you're done, all right? You're done. The Lord's going to kill your ass, all right? And you can't repent from taking that mark, all right? That Mark of the Beast, the chip, the RFID chip, okay? And once you have that, they'll be able to track you everywhere, man. Everywhere, okay? So, yeah, man, there's no light in this guy, you know, and or any of these people at all. They you know, all between them, they couldn't even power a fucking Game Boy. All right, that's how little light's in them. It says the guy's accent, you know, we already read that. It says, so there's just 3 of them. Just admit it, you're in a throuple. It's fine, inferior mistress. When you boil down to it, most of these cults are just elaborate schemes for some guy to get laid. Could be. And, you know, it says, Keira Taylor, 21, vanished with her 1-year-old child 3 months ago, set home in a new home, a so-called Kingdom of Kubala, completely unknown, unbeknownst to her relatives. So, you know, it says, now that you wrote about it, I remember getting an Amber Alert for them. That's so sad. Her poor family must be so confused. Wow, must have been one of their only, like, few viewers. It says, it must be so weird for whatever little Scottish villages nearby. Oh, yeah, there's a tribal African cult of Americans out there in the woods. A tribal African cult of an African cult of Americans. That's just hilarious. African cult of Americans. That's great. It says, I've heard about it in my town, about a halfway away from Jedburgh, where they're LARPing, live action role playing, and people are more concerned about the kids. Weirdos can camp in the woods and do whatever they want. Nobody cares, but they're claiming to live in an open tent together with their kids. And come September, October, they're going to be risking their lives. We've just had a high-profile case in the UK of someone doing something similar. She had a baby, took off with some psycho, and lived off-grid in a shitty wee tent, and their baby died in the middle of winter, and they hid it. I don't think anyone wants a repeat of that. Plus, homeless hippie camps in the wood around Scotland all the time. I've camped with them, and there's zero chance this cult are truly roughing it. Look at how white their laundry is. Those bastards have a house somewhere, and they're just playing. I hope. It says, you know, they have a bunch of videos. They've actually, and this is by the Sun. And the Scottish Sun. They've actually made a little name for themselves. Interesting. There he is, rolling his eyes back like he tends to do. And you know, you can look at that Temu ass fucking blanket that he's got on him. Not even a real. It's not even. He can't even afford a real like leopard skin or an animal skin. He's using a blanket. Or they're LARPing. It's true. For those that you don't know, LARPing is live action role play. And it's basically like a nerdy thing. And I've wanted to do it. Looks pretty fun. And you go out there and you dress up like wizards and knights and stuff, and you hit each other with foam swords, and you know, act like you're from different kingdoms and stuff, and, you know, you go out there and you battle with orcs and shit, and it sounds pretty fucking fun to me, but, you know, it's not something that you'd make into a religion. You know, it's just something you do for fun if you're a nerd, you know. You go out there, I am King Lorthandus from the Elven Root tribe, and I'm here to strike you down, Eleanor. People aren't into that shit. I'm telling you, that shit, you know, that shit sounds fun to me. But I'm also a big nerd. I like all the nerdy shit. So, you know, Dungeons and Dragons and Star Wars and all the, you know, not the biggest Star Wars fan, but, you know, the first one's fucking fantastic. All right. And, you know, all the nerdy, you know, RPGs and Elder Scrolls and shit. I'm all into that stuff. Medieval history. Yeah, man, that shit's cool. But to make it into a religion? Pfft, no. Absolutely not. Hell no. Right? That's just ridiculous. You're going overboard at that point. Right? If you want to go out there and you want to whack each other with foam swords, hey, no harm, no foul, man. But don't try to make it into like some type of religion. You're out here and you don't even have a real. I'd like to think if I was trying to do this, if I was ever trying to be a false prophet and go and do something, I'd like at least to, you know, go and get a real leopard, you know, real leopard skin. Let's see. You could probably get it from here. Taxidermy Emporium. It's from the 1920s. You know, I guess they're kind of hard to find. I mean, you could get a zebra skin. All right, that's 650 pounds. Right? Yeah, leopard can be a little expensive. See, that's 4,000. All right. And but yeah, man, you know, you could probably you know, get one of these. You know, I mean, I'd at least, you know, have something, you know, if I was trying to, you know, do all that stuff, you know, something. I mean, I'd save up the money, you know, put a lien on my house or something, you know, take out a second mortgage or, you know, do whatever had to be done to be able to get that leopard. Because I mean, I got to be convincing. Right, I gotta be convincing. I can't have the Walmart leopard blanket. I gotta have some type of. I mean, I could get a cowhide if I really was down. You know, I could probably get one of those for a couple $100. You know, either some damn leather at least. You know, something. But fuck, man, these guys just out there with the fucking that blanket that your relatives give you when you sleep over. They give you that fucking that feather pillow, all poking you in the goddamn neck. Now, how'd you sleep? Not very well. Thank you for asking. It says, news from the UK. A self-proclaimed monarch is often seen loitering outside a nearby co-op to use its Wi-Fi. You know. Tiny sex cult. Yeah. Yep. So if I'm going to leave the modern tech behind and live in the woods, I'm at least going to be the freaking king of the tribe. Queen of the tribe, Slakia, not the side hoe. I can't tell if this is real or I'm being trolled. It's real. It's really real. Okay? I saw it 2 years ago and I was like, this is buggy. I never thought I'd see them do something like this. Wow, man. Dude started a cult so he can take advantage of the brainwashed women. Nothing new here. I don't think it was the guy that started it, actually. I think it was the woman to his left. Nope, she's new. This lady, I think she was the one who started it. At least that was the one. I think. I could be wrong. I'm not sure necessarily who started it. But I don't know. I don't fucking know. All right, and to be honest with you, I don't care because they're bug outs. But I got a couple scriptures here. They might be ham. They might be I really don't know. I think, you know, the guy's probably ham. The girl on the left could be ham. But I think that the girl on the right from Texas, I think she's a Jake. Right? If I had to guess. So this is Jeremiah 4:22. It says, "For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish." Not Scottish, right? They are sottish children. And they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. Okay, they're sottish. Sottish, all right? Which a sot is resembling a sot, a drunkard, someone who's dumb. They don't know what's going on, right? And they have none understanding. Okay? They're wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. They don't know how to do good, but they know how to go out in the middle of fucking Scotland, all right? Or at least, you know, one of them does. One of them's got to be a Jake, probably, at least. I think the other two are Hamites, but I think that girl from Texas, the new girl, I think she is probably a Jake. Okay. Again, I'm not, it's hard to tell. All right, it is hard to tell. It's not something we can just say instantly, oh, they're a Jake or they're not a Jake. But I'm pretty sure that guy is a Hamite. I don't think he's a Jake. Okay. He could be, maybe, perhaps. I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't watch enough of their videos, and I don't care to watch enough of their videos, if I'm being honest with you, to find out if that guy's a Jake or not. He's bugged out. Whatever he is, if he's a Jake, he's a fucking bugged out Jake anyway. All right, and he's not worth a food stamp. All right, so I'm not even trying to. Don't really care. Thought it was interesting. Thought it was bugged the fuck out. Thought it was the same people. Did some more research right live in front of y'all. Well, not live, but live in this video when it was recorded. And yeah, I found out it's the same guy. Would you believe it? Would you believe it? So Romans 10:2, it says, "For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge." It says, well, we got to go from verse 1. It says, "Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to Yahweh is for Israel is that they might be saved. For I bear them record that they have a zeal of Yahweh, but not according to knowledge. For they, being ignorant of Yahweh's righteousness, are going about to establish their own righteousness, have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh." So they don't want to listen to the brothers on the highways and byways, the brothers that are making videos. They don't want to listen to the true truth. They don't want to go with the 12 tribe songs, 12 tribe signs, Slovakia. Instead, they'd rather go out to the middle of Scotland, all right, and create the tribe of Kubala. Ridiculous, right? Let me grab a drink. Just absolutely all the way bugged out. Absolutely all the way bugged out. And, it says they've have not submitted themselves unto the righteousness of Yahweh. They've submitted themselves unto their thoughts, their righteousness, their own righteousness, right? The rightness that they've made. Now, righteousness is essentially rightness, all right? Righteous, all right? Doing that which is right, okay? And they've made their own righteousness, okay, unto themselves, which is just bugged out nonsense. And we see it more and more. There's not many more bugged out cases that I can really show than this, right? Honestly, and what is it now? At least 4 to 5. Well, it really depends. When did I start making lessons? Let me see. When was this made? 2020. So I think I can't remember exactly when I got into the truth. It was either it might have been early 2020. If it was not, it was like late 2019. So I've been in this truth for like 5-ish, 5.5, 6-ish years. And this has got to be, I don't consider myself fully in this truth 5 and 6 years, because there's a couple years I was, spotty. Even when I was first making lessons, I was still, I don't remember if I was still vaping when I was making lessons, but I was definitely still using nicotine because I didn't know at the time. But you have to learn, you learn. But, so I don't consider myself fully in the truth for, maybe the last 2-3 years. All right, maybe. So, like 3-ish, I'd say 3-ish. Trying to do right to the best of my ability. And cut all that shit out. So, but I can say, in the 5.5, years, going on 6 maybe. Again, I'm not great with time. Basically going on 6 since 2020. So, going on 6 years in this truth. All right, coming up next year. They're honestly still probably the most bugged out case that I've seen. All right, they're up there. They're pretty bugged out. Those dudes, that guy that was calling himself King David, he's pretty bugged out. But I don't think I've ever seen anybody as bugged out as these guys. And I saw them 2 years ago. I think that's probably that and the Camille lady. She was pretty fucking bugged out as well, talking about what did she say? Something like Bigfoot is, I don't remember what she said. And God showed me Bigfoot or something. God showed me some, I don't remember what she said. Something bugged out. Let me see. It was called what? What was this? Yeah. God showed me werewolves are fallen angels. Werewolves. You know, are fallen angels. Now, fallen angels and werewolves. Something like a werewolf could exist, perhaps, maybe. I mean, we don't know what's out there. The Lord's got a lot of stuff. He's got Leviathan, so there's not a lot of things that are really off the tables, off the books that could not exist. I don't think Bigfoot exists, though. That's just Esau. But could werewolves exist? I mean, maybe some, not werewolves as you call them, but, you know, some type of thing like that. I mean, Native Americans talked about it, but they were a little bugged out, too. You know, they could be. Right? I'm sure something like that exists out there. I mean, we got all these cryptids and stuff, but they're not like werewolves that you see in the movies, right? And they're damn sure not fallen angels, right? So I don't know what the hell you're in, because there's no such thing as fallen angels. Okay, that's not something that happens. Okay, because they're under the control of the Lord, and the Lord's not going to allow His angels to just, you know, go off. Okay, so, and you say, oh, what about Satan? Satan was a fallen angel. What are you talking about, man? He's an angel, all right? And he's an angel that does, you know, wickedness for the Lord. He works for the Lord, okay? He's nothing more than a secretary, okay? And he cannot do anything that the CEO or the CEO higher than no, CEO is under the owner. The owner, he can't do anything that the owner says, okay? And the owner is Yahweh Shem Shai. So unless the Lord commands it, Satan can't do a damn thing. Okay? So you shouldn't fear Satan. You should fear the Lord. Okay? Fear the Lord, not Satan. Okay? Remember when Satan was afflicting Job, the Lord allowed it. All right? The Lord said, hey, have you considered my servant Job? All right, he's great. No one else like him. Perfect. All right, great. You know, and he didn't say it in that exact way, you know, but he said, you should try him. And Satan said, oh, you know, yeah, but you've given everything, Lord. You know, you've given him everything. If you take those things away from him, you touch his bone, ooh, man, he'll curse you. He'll curse you. And the Lord said, all right, go ahead. All right, just save his life. All right, he's in your hands, but save his life. Don't kill him. Right? And he did. He went there and he unleashed hell upon Job. All right, absolute hell upon Job. So who allowed it? The Lord allowed it. Wouldn't have been able to do it if the Lord didn't allow it, right? So that's Hosea 4 and 6. A lot of people don't know anything about nothing, man. They don't care about nothing. And I'm pretty fucking dumb, right? And I get this through Yahweh Shem Shai, right? So it goes to show you it's not how bad you want the truth. Vocab Malone's fucking foaming at the mouth for the truth. He wants fucking foaming at the mouth over here trying to get it, right? He's always wanted it. Why do you think he situates himself around it so much? Because he wants it, man. Come on, he's like the person who dry bags for something. Like, oh man, is that a piece of cake? Oh man, you know the last time I had a piece? Oh man, I don't even know the last time I had a piece of cake. Oh, you guys probably don't have enough for me though, huh? Oh man, I love cake though. Oh, is that vanilla? Oh man, vanilla's my favorite, dude. Oh, I love vanilla cake. Oh man, if only you had enough for me. Dang. Sure wish I had some cake. You know, that's what Vocab Malone's doing. Right? That's how he acts around this truth, right? Oh, you guys got the oil? Oh, man. Dang. Oh, you got it. Oh, man, you're using the oil. Oh, man, I wish I had some. Man, I've never had the oil. It looks so good, though. I wish I had. Oh, man, I wish I had. You know, if I had some, I'd light my lantern with it. Man. Shame I don't have my lantern. I don't have any oil either. If I did come up with a lantern, though, yeah, I know where to go to get the oil, right? Oh, yeah, you know. I'm just playing. Right? That's how he works, right? He wants it so desperately, but he can't get it. He can't get it because it's not given to him, right? Because he's an Edomite. I know he's an Edomite, right? Couldn't get this truth if he tried. There's a new version. That's a remix. So he couldn't get it, man. Lord won't give it to him because he's an Edomite, and the Lord does not impart knowledge and understanding unto Edomites, right? They can't get this truth, okay? You know? You try to make it for everybody. Here, this scripture says, my people this, my people that, my people, kingdom of Israel, Israel, my people, my chosen people, all right, my beloved, the people of Israel, the people of my people, the people that are called by my name, my chosen people, my favorite people, the apple of my eye, my people, the people of Israel, Jacob, my servants. God died, God sent his son to die for everybody. Everybody? Everybody? Bible says a whole lot of my people, these people, peculiar people, apple of my eye, Jacob have I loved, Esau have I hated. Not everybody calls upon the Lord. There's a lot of different scriptures out there, and most of them talk about my people, these people, my peculiar people, Jacob, Israel, right? So how is it that everyone, it's all for it? No, it's not even for all Israel to get. Right? It's not even for all Israel to get right now. So you can't get it. And not everyone's being saved. Not everyone's being saved. Right? Not all Israel's even being saved. Okay? Some of them are going to have to stay here and die. They'll be in the kingdom. They'll be right in the kingdom. They'll be shamefaced for quite some time. Right? But they'll be there, even the 2/3 that went off. Right? And they're going to be, royalty. All right? And live forever. Just like the 1/3. Okay? But they're going to be shamefaced for a while because what they did. And they're going to have, all the time in the world to think about it. And they're not going to have the same status as the elect, nor will the elect have the same status as the 144. There's tiers to it, right? That's how you build a society. And doesn't mean anyone's going to be, on the bottom. We're never going to be on the bottom again, okay? Jake's going to have everything and forever to enjoy it. And that's for all Jake, all right? The 144, the elect, and the 2/3 when they're in the kingdom. All right. But that, why would you go for bronze? Why would you strive for bronze? So Hosea 4:6 says, for my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. And they have rejected knowledge. They know about Bishop Nate. They know about some other people. And they could have, and I'm not saying Bishop Nate has the full knowledge, but he has more knowledge than they have, and everybody at least knows about IUIC. All right, they're everywhere. Okay, I've come across IUIC just trying to shop at fucking Smith's. Okay, just going to Smith's. They're out there. Boo! Boo! No, man, can I get my groceries? You're over here prophesying in front of a Smith's, right? They weren't really actually, I didn't hear any yelling. I'm just being facetious. They were handing out pamphlets. Okay? They're handing out pamphlets. And they don't know nothing, man. They don't know nothing. And you can tell they don't know nothing because it was me and my girl. And she was driving by it. I was in the passenger seat, and she was where they could see her. And they looked at her, and then looked at me, and they didn't even try to approach with a packet. Right? And which is hilarious. All right, I had a video of it, but I ended up deleting it because I said, nah, let me not. And, which is funny because they could have got they could have really got it, man. They could have really got it. And I'm not going to stand there and debate with them, but I'd have been like, no, I would have took the pamphlet. Actually, I kind of wanted one, really. I've never seen one of those IUIC pamphlets. I just wanted to look at it and see what type of stuff they got up in there. All that stuff on it, right? Inside joke. But I want to see what they had up in there. I was curious, I hear they hand out preset packets. I want to see what type of stuff they were handing out, right? It could help me in my teaching, right? Because now I know when I'm talking about them, I can say, man, these guys did the preset packet. They said this in the preset packet. These guys don't have the truth, right? But I don't know what's in those preset packs. I don't know what's in those packs. I'd sure like to have one. I'd sure like to look into one, really. Not to, follow them. All right, I just want to see it. I'm curious, just curious. I want to look at it and say, oh, what do they got going? What are they teaching their members in here? Let's see. Well, that's wrong, right? That's what I want to do. I think it'd be interesting. So, but no, they wrote me off because of the way I look. And they were wrong because I'm a Jake. I'm an Israelite, right? Because I'm an Israelite. Because I'm an Israelite. There's another example of some people that are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Them, right? And, it's just, Anyway, let me finish up the scripture. I paused it. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge, and that's what they've done, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. And a lot of they all fall into this. Okay, Bishop Nathaniel has rejected knowledge, the true knowledge. He doesn't want to. Here it is. Every day. So sometimes they're saying Yahweh Shai, sometimes they're saying Jesus Christ. Which one is it, man? So reminds me of that Fast Times at Ridgemont High. My brother's gonna kill us. He's gonna kill us. My brother's gonna shit. He's gonna shit. Well, which one is it, man? Is he gonna kill us or is he gonna shit? First he's gonna shit, then he's gonna kill us. Which one is it, man? Which one is it? Well, first you gotta say Christ, and then only when you're sick, that's when you say Yahweh Shai. Only when you're sick, because that's the only time that Bishop Nathaniel says it. All right, is when something grave is going on. Then he'll pull out the name of Yahweh Shai from his book bag and start using it. We know what's in there. We know what's in there. We know you keep that in your book bag, under all those lies you teach. All right, you know it. There's videos of you doing breakdowns a certain way, and then now you saying it a different way. Okay, there's videos of you saying Yahweh Shai, now you're saying Christ. We know. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Not calling you Satan, but you're working for him, right? So, and that's just how it is with Jake, man. They're just destroyed. And they're all the way bugged out. Okay. And as far as these guys go, I don't know how much more bugged out you can get. I'm sure I'll be unpleasantly surprised, right? Because it's not pleasant to see. I'm sure we'll all be unpleasantly surprised soon with someone that's even more bugged out than this. Have someone sit in the ground. You remember that guy? That guy was pretty bugged out too, actually. Like I said, in my 5-6 years I've been in here, that guy's up there too. Rakasha. He was saying Rakakasha. And he had a guitar with one string on it. Right? I think that was the same guy. That guy's up there. He's right under these guys though. That guy was pretty bugged out. Was that the same guy that calling himself Yahweh Shai? Or was he another King David? He might have been another King David. There was one guy that was calling himself Yahweh Shai. There was another guy that was saying Yahweh Shai was Tupac too. He was bugged out as fuck. There's a lot of, it's hard to keep track of all these bug outs. You think about it sometimes, you'll see something, then you'll remember. I haven't thought about these guys in years. 2 years, man. Going on 3. Almost 3 years now. And this came up and I said, what the fuck is that? That's bugged the fuck out. And then I saw the guy and I said, that looks like that one guy. And I never really paid it any mind. I said, that looks like that one guy. I wonder if it is that one guy. It's gotta be, right? Man, I don't know. All the way out in Scotland? And then, lo and behold. That's them. That's what they're doing now. All the way bugged out. At least one of them. At least one of them is Jake. At least. I'd assume. All right, just off of how she acts. She seems more Jake than Hamitic. But you never know at the end of the day. So, Jake is all the way bugged out. We're going to go ahead and close out with that. All right, Lord willing, it was edifying. Ooh, repent, Jake. Don't be like these people, man. Hey, if you got the truth, you need to cling on to it now and pray that Yahweh Shem Shai keeps you in this truth. Or if you're new, that he walks you and guides you in everything that you need to know in this ministry and this truth. And, that you never, all right, return to that vomit, right? Because that's what we're out there, right? We were just like, just fools, all right? And you don't want to return to the vomit, all right? Because we were once there. We don't want to go back there, all right? We want to stay and be clean, all right, through this truth. But yeah, a lot of people out there, man, they're all the way bugged out. So repent, Jake, all right? Turn back, all right? Get this truth while you still can get it, because it's a limited time deal, and supplies are going fast, all right? They are running low. Okay, I won't say they're running low, but also supplies are selling fast. Not selling because it's free. You know what I'm getting at. It's a hot commodity. All right, if you wait for those hot cakes, you wait for that bread at the baker, you ain't gonna have none by the end of the day. All right, you see it now, it's there now, but if you wait, it will be gone, and you won't have a chance to get it. It's like that with this truth. You wait, It will be gone, and you will not have a chance to get it. And you'll be all the way bugged out, stumbling around in Jacob's trouble, trying to look for a prophet that ain't there no more, because all of them are done teaching, because you won't be able to teach on YouTube, won't be able to teach on the highways and byways. Your cousin that's a prophet, he's going to be gone. He's going to be somewhere else. You ain't going to be able to find him. And here it is. You're going to be here with a Bible, all right, because the Bibles aren't going to disappear, all right? But they'll probably try to get rid of them, but you'll probably be able to find them around, and you won't be able to read it. You can't just interpret it by yourself. You have to have men that teach it to you, all right, through Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So that's that. Again, we're there. We're going to close out. All right, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakak. I want to say shalom to you brothers and sisters out there. Keep enduring, keep the faith. We're almost out of here until next one, Lord willing. Shalom.